What is up, everybody? Welcome into episode 69 Eve. We're episode 68 over here on the scope, coming at you in more frames than Jedi Survivor.
Oh no!
You had to
that
say
hurts.
it. You
That
had to say it.
hurts. As a
What's up,
huge
Blue?
Star Wars fan, even my son now just brought up May the 4th.
What are you seeing over there on the internet about the new Star Wars game? It's not going well, huh?
Yeah, I mean they put out a big patch, I guess today. I was actually about to watch a video. It's like, oh, did it actually change anything?
I saw some articles or some tweets where it broke more stuff, so that's good. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's sad because it's on high-end PCs and different setups, and even consoles are struggling.
Dude, it feels familiar.
Game, so much promise.
It feels like 2042,
and it's like, dude, and that's 2042 is a multiplayer game. This is a single player.
Well, I've been watching. I watch Asmongold from time to time. The dude makes me laugh. He was talking about like PC ports that have been terrible this year, and it's only May, and he listed like 6 or 7 of them. There's like The Last of Us, like it came over and it was really bad. It ran really rough. There's a couple new MMOs and like some big MMOs that ran terrible, and it's just like what's going on? And the thing that that's really troubling about this one is it's from Respawn, right? And that's one of the things.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's always given me hope about Battlefield. Like the next one is that Vince is in charge, and I'm like, has Vince ever put out a shitty game? Like, has Respawn ever done a bad job? And now I can't really say that anymore. So it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know what caused that. I mean, they delayed it twice, I think, so far. So, and then even the delays didn't help. I really feel like it has to be from someone from higher up just pushing the team. Say, hey, we've already delayed it twice. We need to release this. And then someone goes, sir, it's not ready. It's like one of the devs at a boardroom meeting and gets thrown out the window.
Yeah. I have a tech theory on why. I think it has to do with like the Windows 10 versus Windows 11 and hyper-threading. Like Windows 11 has like an advanced scheduler for multi-threaded CPUs. And I think it's like getting lost in the weeds in there with that is what I believe. And for those of you at home, this is not my own pee. I'm drinking. And then now it's even funnier because I think of what the podcast listeners thinking driving down the road and like, what's he talking about? I'm drinking green tea, and I've been accused on stream of it looking like pee. It's not pee. I'm not drinking my own urine. It's green tea. Settle down.
Like, I don't like green tea. I like matcha. I don't know if that's the same.
Matcha man? Are you a matcha man?
Like the powder stuff, you know?
Yeah. I realized I was drinking way too much bourbon during the week.
You got a little tipsy last night.
What?
I guess trying to make up for the weekend. You were just not tipsy, but you were just chilling more. You definitely got just a little like less loose.
Yeah,
I should say.
I had a wild weekend. The little man and the wife went to visit the in-laws, and I forgot about that. Yeah, I was home alone, so I played a lot of video games. Played a ton of Rainbow Six. Played a ton of Deadside, and I got through. At it. Yeah, I got through a 24-pack of beers and a thing of.
You ran out of beer, and all you had left.
Yeah, I know. It's like I just like finished it off, man. I had a lot of fun, but I'm glad they came home this morning, and I was glad to see him. Glad to see him back. Get to where you miss him pretty bad. Like on for a couple of days. Missed the little guy too.
Yeah, my son was away. He goes to the grandparents like every other weekend, and it's like the next day I'm like, oh, it's like I just want to go pick him up. No, don't pick him up. You have time to relax.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the feel of what you're talking about there. But yeah, we'll get into Deadside in a little bit. We had a really good time on there last night on Blue server.
Yeah, we had a really fun time.
The stuff that they've added.
The recording didn't go through. I still have all of it, but it was fun. It was fun.
can we say that we're trying to get the community manager to come on and talk to us? Can we say that?
Yeah, we can say that. We can say that.
Okay. Well, I did say that, so
Yeah, it was like, well, I
that's how
mean,
that works. I mean, I just said it, but yeah, today's been a wild day, man. Thank you again to the podcast listeners. The downloads have been going up every week, and just really appreciate those folks. YouTube's been in a weird place for me. Like, I'm trying new stuff on the channel, and YouTube isn't liking it. As you can tell, it's kind of quiet in the old chat room tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying.
it's Monday. Everyone's still getting over the weekend.
I'm trying new and different stuff. Experimentating, but we'll get it figured out. Yeah, but the audio downloads have been amazing. Humbling. Appreciate that. What else was I gonna say? Oh, on top of it being a wild day, I literally like just walked back in the door. Like when I came in, I had to go to Tractor Supply and go fully nitro Karen, dude. I was a full Karen.
Oh, really?
I would love to call out Tractor
Story
Supply,
time.
man. Like, get your shit together. We ordered, so we have to have our horses on the special feed. One of them's got some like insulin problems, so it's got to be on like low sugar, like high fat feed.
Okay.
And we started to run out. So my wife ordered it like 3 weeks ago, ordered this feed, and it comes in. Usually you order it online, you track it, it comes in a couple days, it's ready for pickup at the store. Not this time. They ended up just canceling the order, like after it was like a week late. And so we were calling him and calling him and calling him. And finally the guy got up in contact with the head Tractor Supply folks, and they FedExed over, not overnight, but like 2-dayed it. And I would just say like, hey, when you find out, call me. And then 2 days later, I wouldn't hear anything. And so I'd call him. And it's like, our horses needs food.
And
there's not very many places you can get it from. So I had to kindly explain that to the man, and got a little bit of a discount, but you know, they try to smooth it over. But I was upset. It was a Monday, and it almost made me late for the program, almost late for the podcast. So I let him have it. Yeah, I barely got things cobbled together. As if you continue watching and or listening, you probably figure that out. The production team's spinning its wheels back here.
They're just waiting for the leader to come through.
I guess so. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Anything else before we dive into the week's BS?
Man, to be honest, I can't really. There's just a lot of BS that's happening. I feel like we can already start talking about. In all honesty,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm tired of being hopeful for Battlefield 2042. I'm just gonna
do it. Come on, let it out. Let it out. I want you to let it out.
I'm just gonna speak my mind, and this is gonna be kind of therapeutic, I think. If you're still a Battlefield 2042 fan, I love you. Like, it doesn't mean that we can't still be friends.
Good for you.
The game and the updates continue to piss me off. Shout out right now to Battlefield Bulletin for listening to that podcast, so I didn't have to sit through it and summarizing it for us. On the Inside Battlefield podcast, episode 9, we get Vault quality of life changes coming in season 5. Still no assurance or anything if there's going to be a season 6 or not. We are still waiting with bated breath when they're going to kill this game. We don't know when. But with the Vault weapons, so they released these Vault weapons, clearly scrambling to scrape up content for this game that is so lacking content, that DICE took the guns that Ripple Effect made in Portal and put them over into All Out War to kind of inflate the numbers of weapons you could use. But they didn't finish them because there was no way to change camos. There was no mastery camos in the game. There was no, and many of them had no attachments. So now they're adding attachments. Yeah, they were just, you could just use them. They didn't have attachments. They didn't level up. They weren't rebalanced either. So they were like literally just copy pasted over so they could inflate the numbers of what they had. Now they're adding in season 5, right off the, well, I'll just show you or tell you. New scopes. DICE is keeping some of the original ones as well. Some will have multiple lasers. Excuse me. Extended mags are coming first. Update 5.0 right off the top is going to have all of the vault attachments for ARs and GOL Sniper, Magnum. And then 5.1 and
Yeah.
5.2, they're going to trickle out the attachments for the rest of the weapons. And then there's going to be universal weapon skins for all vault weapons in 5.0. So they're adding skins. Like, they didn't have that. Like, you couldn't even use that. They were literally brought from Portal and just put in all out war.
Is this an early access game or is this a
no,
full
we're
price?
I looked it up the other day. It's definitely over 500 days since it launched. So I mean, we're closing in on 2 years, and we're still like finished. All of this shit that they're saying is content is finishing the game, and it's so frustrating. And you look at the comments, and people are excited for it, and it's like, how far have we fallen? They are literally gaslighting people into being excited for finishing the game. I'm going to get into the ARs in just a second. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And one of them is a returning weapon, a DICE favorite with 50 in its name. Oh, they're copy pasting another weapon. Guys, get amped. Okay. So then we go down. DICE is looking to add more versatility to vault weapons. No, they're not adding anything. They're finishing the feature of bringing the vault weapons over because they didn't balance them at all. So now they're just now getting around to balancing them. Some of them can compete with 2042 weapons while others cannot. Not very many. Favorite part right here. The RM68 is too powerful. A nerf is incoming and the G57 burst mode will be nerfed. Guess what, guys? They are literally copy pasting the Call of Duty microtransactions formula, aren't they? Think about it, right? You have the RM68, which is 2/3 of the way down, or it's around halfway down the battle pass. I can't remember. Battle pass progression is slow. Everybody's beaming with it. What are people going to want to do? They're going to want that gun because it's insanely powerful. They're going to buy tier skips to get it. DICE is going to leave it too powerful until the next battle pass comes out. That's exactly what Call of Duty.
Then we'll change it.
Then they'll nerf it. And then the next gun on the battle pass that's halfway up will be strong. And this is what they do every single time. And Call of Duty has done it for years now since Warzone came in the battle pass system. Every time a new gun comes out on the battle pass, guess what? It's really good. People want to buy tier skips to get it. Then they also catch another wave of microtransactions at the end of the season because people that haven't got there want to get it. So they'll tier skip and pick it up. And then, oh, well, we realized now that it's too powerful, we're going to nerf it back down. And guess what? New battle pass, new OP weapon every fucking time. And they're going to do it again. And now Call of Duty, or now Battlefield has adopted this right here, plain as day. And then there's going to be a new blog later this week. Get excited. It's going to be more content of them finishing the game. But literally all this stuff in this podcast is about finishing the portal weapons. And then you can go look in the comments and people are literally excited for this. And it's like, dude, we're getting the 5th map in 2 years. Like in previous Battlefields, you'd eclipse that number easily in the second DLC pack.
Exactly.
It's pitiful. It's disgraceful. It's scummy. It's a money grab, and it's ridiculous. Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's sad to hear that people are rooting for them.
It's gaslighting. It's the definition of gaslighting. Teasing this stuff out to make people think that it's content that they should be excited and thankful for. That's not how real life works. If you break it down to what's actually happening, they're actually just finishing the game.
So really,
whew.
How do you feel after that?
I gotta calm down. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. You
needed that,
dude. I did. It frustrates me that
we're
at this point.
Podcast. So
do what?
We know they listen to the podcast. So
I'm sure they do. Probably Andrew Wilson, the EA CEO, is probably making some phone calls right now. He's getting it lied out. Don't even worry about it.
Love how the some will have multiple lasers is a part of the podcast quality of life update change feature thing.
Yeah, I mean, and this is no fault of like Battlefield Bulletin. He does it. He's like,
It's not exactly. It's just inside Battlefield's fault. This is EA's fault. This is them talking about it on the podcast, thinking
yeah,
it was a big deal.
the Battlefield Bulletin is like the best Battlefield news Twitter account. They kill it.
That he
And
breaks it down.
They listened to this and broke it down like super fast. But it's just like all these bullet points are like finishing the game. You have one weapon that's going to be brought back that's we've already had before, and then just that RM68, that thing has been beaming people across the map faster than a sniper rifle like the entire season. It's insanely broken.
And now they want to do something about it.
And now when there's a new battle pass, they're gonna fix it. And then let's just all see how the next AR on the battle pass is. Just see how good it is.
People are gonna still give money.
Oh, they'll make plenty of money. It's gonna be. I mean, they're following the Call of Duty formula, right? Like, so Call of Duty in their quarterly earnings call, they had 14 million less monthly active users, but they made it would have been like 30 million more dollars. So don't quote me on those numbers exactly. I talked about the exact numbers in a video, but 100% the trend, like the bird's eye view of this is Activision had less users and made more money.
More money. Yeah,
and it's with battle pass mechanics, just like Battlefield is doing this season.
That's all they care about is profits, man.
Every time, dude. And I mean, that's what businesses are for, I guess. But it's like when you have to resort to this to do it, I'll call it out. All I can do is call it out.
It's like not that industry to do it. Yeah, it's not that industry to do it. When it sucks. It's like people don't realize how much power gamers have in their hand by just stop spending money on these guys and let them really feel it in their pockets. We know that's not going to happen, and it's not to anyone's fault. It's definitely the way they gaslight players. It's the younger crowd growing up in today's that people who play games now, like is like the way we grew up compared to how gamers are growing up now. They're going to think this is normal.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, people that are just like getting into gaming and kids that are growing up and stuff are just going to be like, yeah, this is live service. Like we'll get the bare bones
are normal.
We'll get the bare bones early access of our game for $70, and they'll get it fixed in a couple years. Like, and people are just gonna be like, think this is how it is. Like, dude, man, holy shit. But yeah, there you go. That's the updates coming to Battlefield, and then there's gonna be a new map in season 5. It'll be interesting to see how long they keep going with this game. If they move on from it or not.
We're already ready for the next one, and even then I'm not super excited. It's more of just I want this to end. I don't even care to be honest, I don't care if another Battlefield comes out ever again. I just want this one to end.
Yep. So
games will come in and replace Battlefield if that ever is the case.
The next one, I don't know. This one we're gonna have to keep our eye on. The Project V, and I don't really want to. We can't really talk about it as a game because we have nothing to go on here.
Isn't that just the state of the industry in the first place? Of just
super early announcements. Well, they said they needed to announce it early.
Too early.
They said they needed to announce it early so they can start getting support and people to help them. So I'll let everyone know what it is.
It's not how that works.
Oh yeah, it is. When you have this big a following, you do whatever you want. How I want to look at it is, from an industry standpoint, because we talked about on the show about how big the Unreal editor for Fortnite could be, and
Mhm.
this is how it's going to be. I mean, this is something big. So I want to talk
I'm
about it from an
confused because
industry
they
standpoint.
listed
But
it as Unreal Engine F. What was it? FN, right?
yeah,
Fortnite.
UEFN. Yeah, Unreal Editor
UEFN
and
is
Fortnite.
just.
So, all right. So here's the image. You guys can see basically what's happening here. I'll give you the rundown, the really quick rundown if you missed my video this week, which a lot of people probably did. So it's called Project V. What a wonderful name. Courage JD, Nick Merckx, Ninja, Cypher PK, and Tim the Tatman are joining forces to create an ambitious battle royale inside of a battle royale. Yeah. Inside of UEFN.
They're gonna have game dev underneath their title now. Watch.
That's right. So basically, what they're doing is with custom weapons, a full-scale map, fluid movement, and unique mechanics. Those are all things that Fortnite has. In our sights, we have ambitious plans to build something really unique. While we can't give away too many details, or any at all, about the game just yet, here's what we can tell you. Project V will be a game that puts community feedback, buzzwords, jargon, and features front and center. I added that, sorry. Feedback and features front and center. More pandering speak. I added that
We
too.
got the spicy crash today.
Dude, it's rubbing off from, it's carrying over from my Tractor Supply from the horse feed incident. This day will be remembered as the horse feed incident. We believe that our players should have a say in shaping the game they play. So what's next? The heart of Project V is our community, so we'll need your feedback and votes to shape our game. To make sure your voice is heard and to stay up to date on development, follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our newsletter, watch our streams, and give us more money. I added that. I'm sorry. So what's going on?
Sorry.
So what's going on here is these large content creators, at least at some point in their career, worked with Fortnite, definitely BR creators, are coming together to get some developers to build their own, essentially like a mod inside of Fortnite. And how I think it's going to work is, if you look at the Unreal Editor, like we can look at some of the footage, like you can actually see some pretty crazy stuff, and you can change a lot of stuff. People have built stuff in this that does not look like. I'm being negative on this, but this could actually be really cool for the industry. You could build stuff in it that looks nothing like Fortnite. I need to quit being so negative because this could be cool. It's essentially an Unreal editor that you can do almost everything you can do Unreal in, but then to run it and to run the clients and stuff, anyone with Fortnite can run what you build. So it's essentially like build whatever.
Well, it's like an SDK for video games that are very moddable.
I think so. And so they'll be able to build their whatever battle royale, their Project V in this, however they want to, and then essentially using Fortnite as the client to run it. So they can still do quite a bit with it and change quite a bit of stuff. But it's just, I think they're going to have a few challenges with, I mean, if you look at the image that they posted, it looks a lot like Fortnite. I think they're going to have a challenge separating themselves from Fortnite, where Fortnite is a VR. Fortnite has those things that they said, and it's going to run inside of Fortnite. So I don't know. On one hand, well, and then also, so they'll make revenue. Epic Games pays people if people play their mod or people play their project. Epic Games will pay them for like how many players play it, how many players come back and re-download Fortnite, how many it keeps people playing. Like they have a fund to pay the creators of the mods. So that's pretty cool. And that's probably how they could make quite a bit of money. They have massive communities. So there'll be a lot of people that'll try this out. So on one hand, how I put it forth in my video, I'm like, on one hand, it could be a money grab, right? Like they can get all these people on, then Epic will owe them a lot of money through that monetization program.
Back away. Yeah.
Or this is going to be the first example of Unreal Engine and Epic Games giving the power to the people to make their own games, making this more accessible to people, because it's kind of like you can edit all this stuff in Fortnite. I don't know as much about game dev, but like you don't have to like compile it and have a client that runs it and stuff like that. It's already available and runs to whoever can install Fortnite on any of those devices.
I mean,
so it's like
I look at it as like a very more in-depth version of like Halo Forge. I know that's
Yeah.
very basic, but people were making games with that in-game editor. This is just a more advanced version of it. Yeah, and within this, because it's within the same engine, it's within the same game. Technically, I don't think you're gonna. I don't know how it works if you like load into Fortnite, but I'm just not agreeing with the way they're promoting it.
Yeah. We'll see how they end up coming out with it. The thing that's going to kind
Yeah,
of make or break it for me, is it different enough? If it's like Fortnite with like essentially Fortnite with like a little bit of changes to the maps and gunplay, I'm going to be like, guys, come on. Like, but if they really
this was the
innovate,
big deal. Yeah,
if they build a map from the ground up that looks completely different, the graphics are there, they make some new interesting mechanics that Fortnite doesn't have. If they do enough to separate themselves from Fortnite, like I'll say it's pretty cool because it shows that it's basically making tools accessible to the masses to where you can build a game.
it
Like you
just
don't
feels like you said though, like it feels like a mod. And
kind
to
of
be honest,
it kind of is,
and I
but
do agree with that. Yeah, but they're monetizing a mod. It just doesn't feel right in my opinion. But I mean, I get the way Epic Games monetizes it. But then I also look at what was it? I'm like distracted by the big giant robot on the screen. It's actually kind of cool. But the yeah, if it comes out as another battle royale as well too, like I don't think people are going to be into it. I don't think anyone will really be into it other than the people who are in their like community in their
well,
audience.
and I mean those creators have massive communities. Like there'll be fans
Yeah, but
that'll
it's
eat it
like
up.
they're yeah. I mean, all the kids will for sure.
But it's not net it's a little bit like this is a little bit deeper than a mod that you're thinking of. I feel like mods are like you still have relatively the same game, but you can build new content for it. You don't have to build a shooter or a BR. You can build almost anything that you can build in Unreal in this. So I've seen they did some demos of some story games. There were some puzzle games where they had to try to figure out how to escape.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't have to be a shooter.
See, I like that aspect. I'm just not down with what Project V is doing yet because we have no clue what the gameplay looks like, what's coming out. Again, the way they're already pushing it is going to get a lot of negative feedback. So
Yeah, so it's got to be
that's just my idea. I like the idea of giving the power to the people, but not the way they're promoting it.
I think it's got to be for me to like say they did a good job. They have to prove that it's not a money grab by being very different, very unique, both visually and gameplay and mechanics wise. Like it
Yeah,
has to be something different to warrant them making a lot of money off of it. If it's like, dude, this is Fortnite with mods, like with a different looking map, then it's like you kind of just
yeah.
did a money grab.
If it's like the same characters, if it's like the same
Yeah.
feel of the game just on a different map, that's not gonna ride. That's not gonna fly for a lot of people.
Right. But if it shows you can build something different and unique, it empowers like maybe there's some college kids studying game dev and it gives them some way powerful tools that they wouldn't be able to afford or be able to
I wonder
have or
how
have the
in
machine
depth
to
you can
run.
go with that Fortnite editor.
Pretty crazy. I've
I mean, I'm looking at it right now on the screen, and I mean, it looks pretty. It almost just feels like you're just using Unreal Engine normally.
yeah, the interface and stuff looks like just the normal Unreal Engine editor. You can do the same kind of coding and stuff that you can in there that they're doing now. Um, I don't know. I think this I've thought the Unreal Engine the Unreal editor in Fortnite is amazing because I'm really excited what people are going to be build with it. Like when you have something that's like this that was normally behind a paywall and people didn't have access to, now many more people can do it. Like I said in my video,
Yeah,
like the cream will rise to the top. There'll be some talented individuals do some really cool stuff with this, and I can't wait to see it. Is that what this is? Or is it content creators saying, you know, check out our thing, pay us, we built a game.
like what you said, filler words and the right words for them to get hype built up around it. And I mean, at least they're not asking for money right now.
True.
That's another big plus as well too.
True. And I guess if Epic pays them the money, then no one's really out much other than Epic.
I was gonna
But
say, yeah, we don't even. I don't think there will be a price, at least from what I can imagine.
yeah, probably not from the audience. If it just has a lot of people playing it, they'll make their money from Epic Games paying them through their monetization of the mod.
I get, they want to make money off of this, but again, are they going in with with better intentions of trying to push the boundary?
Time will tell. It has potential, and we'll keep our eye on it.
See, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking that. Oh Lord.
Yeah. So that's that.
Nice.
It's just it's big for the industry, one way or the other. It's either going to be a huge money grab, or it's going to prove that anyone can create games if you are talented enough. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about, we talked a little bit about Deadside last week, but I got a lot more time with the game, and
You got a lot of time with the game. Not even just you, like your friends as well too, bringing them in and
yeah.
and the,
We
the
all
server started getting it was a half full almost.
yeah the Blues server was popping. It was sweet. For those of you that don't know, BlueTheRobot runs a server on Deadside, and it's a lot of fun.
Called Blue Blood. Just look it
Yeah,
up, search it up.
if you just search it in there, Blue Blood, it'll pop up. But dude, yeah, I didn't realize how much they'd added. So it still showed when I logged in last to the game, and it was like this time in 2020. So it was like 3 years ago was the last time I logged into the game.
Wow.
And seeing the difference is crazy. The map is way bigger. The duck hunting,
Yeah.
sweet.
I know you love that.
I still got my duck calls right here. I'm ready. I didn't
you got,
even.
when Love gets on, you got to play that for him for sure.
I'm gonna hit the duck call and tell him that he needs to get some more sounds. So then, like, they've added so many more POIs. There's so many more different kinds of missions, and I played for several hours over the weekend. But then then Thor was on, and he pulled out this freaking radio thing and found loot in the ground and like dug it up. It's like
the bearing finder.
yeah, with the bearing finder, found a loot box underground and dug it up with a shovel. And it's like, even after I'd played it for a couple days, like pretty constant again, because I was home alone, I was still like learning about stuff that they added to the game. And it's cool because I think it sits in its own niche as like it's a survival game, and it's really flexible on how you want to play it. And how like the person wants to set up the server, and it's accessible. And kind of like its normal pure form, it's just a lot more accessible than some of the more harder core games. It can be played really hardcore, especially with like whatever your server rules are and how you set it up. And don't get it twisted, like trying to take out those dudes with the case, like the guys that are carrying the case down the road. That's not easy. Like that's not easy at all.
Again, is the hardest one. It's different too. It's a different feeling when you go on like the official servers. I don't know if cheaters are still an issue as well too. I know before, when the game didn't even have easy anti-cheat, hackers were a big issue. But also just recently I saw on YouTube like a recommended video, and it was like Deadside hacks, and it was just a guy just, he saw everyone on the map. He would just aim at a certain collection of boxes where players were in, just shoot them from across the map. It was crazy, but like that, it's rare. But I've heard that it happens more on the official servers because there's no admins.
Right. So like and I would almost recommend people finding a server like Blues, or someone that that's running one, or get in a community that has
community server.
You're going to be the safest in there. As soon as somebody would cheat and a couple people corroborate that they're cheating, like the server admin can investigate it and just get them out. And then
that's another thing too, is admins do not have the proper tools to fight cheaters. The only thing we can see, and the only things that we can do, I would say, let's start with the things that we can do. We can spawn stuff in. We can teleport around the map. And that's about it for like the physical interactions. There's no God mode. There's no spectator cam. I can't free fly around the map.
Do you get any data?
the only thing I get is a log of what happens. So someone kills someone, if someone blew themselves up with a grenade. That's the only thing I could see as an admin. So Loaf has been very prevalent on putting that out there for these guys. But like, hey, we need actual admin tools to, or it's just not going to work when the game does get bigger eventually. So,
Huh. All right.
so that's my biggest issue, especially one for just to help out admins, and then two is a bit of a selfish reason. I just want to free fly to get cool shots.
Yeah.
But it would help because, like, okay, you know what? Yesterday, I think I ran into a hacker on my server. It was late at night. No one was on. I wanted to get some footage real quick. And it was some, I looked at the player list and I can see who's on. Oh, that's true too. Hold on. I can see who's on. I can also see player bases, not locations, but I can see who built a base, how much objects they've put, and how many boxes they have as well too. And I can either just delete all the boxes or delete the base entirely, as well too.
I got a
don't
sweet
worry,
pad.
yeah, you got the balcony and everything. It's awesome. But you got all that, and then so I looked at the player list and I saw it was like the Steam number, and then usually it would say the player number, but there was nothing next to it. So and I see one of the missions was completed. He's the only one on the server, so I'm just bouncing around different locations, and then I go to where there was an easy mission and just completed, and he wasn't there. So I was like, okay, and then I was like, you know what? That easy mission was completed in the south. I'm gonna go up north, check out this helicopter crash. Boom, there he was. I was like, okay, I'm surprised I found you. And then of course I literally like teleported right behind a dude just to like watch him, because again I had no spectator, so I had to just like hide behind a rock just to see what he's doing. And he wasn't really aimbotting, but he definitely was using a 50 cal on helicopter AI, just with no sight, by the way. He had no scope.
Weird.
Just iron sight. So that was already a bit weird. And then when he typed in chat, his name was 2 bracket marks. Just 2 bracket, just like close, like open and close. That was it. So I was like, okay, maybe that's why I can't see your name, because that's what your name is on Steam, I guess. And then I teleport, and I was like, let me test something. I teleport to the new island, and I'm sitting there just like shooting some of the medium guys, just waiting at a tower. I hear no boat, and then I hear gunshots. There's a hard mission on the other side, and I start hearing gunshots, and I teleport, and there's no boat. The helicopter crash was on the west coast of the map, and somehow he made it over in less than 10 minutes.
Whoa.
Unless you're booking it, maybe. But even then, you have to swim across that entire like water portion. And then the guy that we had the event with the new guy that you wanted to kill so bad. If he's watching, sorry, the entire team wanted to kill you. Just letting you know.
Yeah. Just really quick, we met a guy on Blue's server and put him in our squad and took him around and we're helping him out. And then Blue built a 1v1 arena, which is actually better than Call of Duty gunfight in this Modern Warfare 2. It's trash. But anyway, Blue's arena is super sweet, and we did some 1v1s in there, and it was cool.
But anyways, he's on the server, and then I type in chat, hey, are you at this hard mission? And I didn't get a response, and I see, oh wait, he's gone. I go into where the hard mission is, and I look around the building. The Chinese, he said he's from China. He even said in chat he's from China. And I asked him, did you read the rules? He said, yeah. So I was like, okay, so he can understand English enough to read the rules. His body was there, dead. And he had the weirdest amalgamation of just loot on his body, things that just didn't make sense. And he said he had like 28 hours in the game. So I have a feeling. And then when I picked up his 50 cal, no scope. So I was like, okay, that's weird. He just died in a hard mission and left the server.
Weird.
So I was very confused. It's to the point where I'm like, he might be hacking, and if he does pop up, I might have to investigate a little bit more or ban him just straight up off the bat.
That's weird. But it,
Yeah.
but
Again,
it,
but again,
but
I
it,
have to go through all that just to figure out if someone's hacking or not. Or if someone puts in a ticket, which we're putting in on the Discord server, we're putting in like a ticket bot. We're gonna make sure people, hey, if you think it's a hacker, we need video evidence because that's gonna be the quickest way we can ban someone from the server.
yeah, but it's comforting to me, like knowing that I can talk to you, like, or people can talk to you. Like, even if I wouldn't know you, I could get on your server, I could join your Discord, I could see all this stuff for Deadside. And if I ran across a cheater, like if you go play Battlefield 5 right now, there's cheaters running all over official servers and they don't care.
Tarkov or anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, we all know how Tarkov. Yeah. But if I'm on Blue server, if I'm on somebody that has their own community, I have access to the person running it, so I can send you video evidence, and I know that someone's going to look into it. And
Exactly.
that's really comforting.
That's why I like games like DayZ or Rust and those type of like games where they have community servers because you have that like interaction with the community itself.
And I think, yeah, I think that's going to be potentially between AI and community ran servers is like probably the best way to keep cheaters at bay.
Yeah, because
like.
Easy Anti-Cheat's so old at this point as well too.
I mean, it doesn't do anything.
No, but no. Other than that, I mean, the game is great. It's running real smooth. Again, they had to optimize the entire game because of the boats. So it runs even better than it did before. I know people again like your situation where you haven't played in years and you come back.
It's crazy. It's a different game. It's a completely different game.
And there is still a lot of walking though.
Yeah, they gotta get.
I know you were trying to find a boat for a minute, and
yeah, so
you know.
So my main things, like if you would ask, hey Crash, what do you think the game needs? They got to fix a couple shooting mechanics. Like the hold breath mechanic is jacked. Sometimes it takes you out of your ADS. Like they need to smooth that up. I need toggle to lean really bad. Right now you can only hold the lean. I need that. I'm a Rainbow Six.
To toggle ADS. I know people enjoy toggle ADS too.
That you can switch to toggle or hold. People use toggle ADS still. If you use toggle ADS, you're a heathen.
I use it for like Arma. If I'm doing like an Arma operation, stuff like that, you know.
You're a heathen. You're a madman.
I'm not holding right click forever. You have to. That's different though.
That's just how shooter games work, Blue. Come on.
Lord. All right. Sorry. I guess I don't have a strong.
Gotta work on your middle finger.
My middle finger. Yeah, I couldn't think. I was gonna say my ring finger. That would have been a weird hold.
And that was your opportunity to flip everybody off right there. You could have done it.
I had someone has a tattoo in the middle finger that I know of. It's an upside down smiley face, but once she flicks you off, it's a right side up smiley face.
Nice. I need one of those, dude. I don't have any tattoos. I'm too scared.
So, you know what? I want one, but needles. I don't mind getting shots, but the tattoos are the ones that scare me the most. Permanent.
Yep. Not doing
it. So you said the weapon mechanics.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then ground vehicles. Like gotta get them, man. Like you have to.
And ground vehicles. Yeah. A while ago, they I guess they put out a model of one of the Jeeps coming into the game, but this was years ago before boats were even announced or even thought of. So I'm curious if because of the boats being successful, now it'll start rolling the ball for other parts of the game. But someone was saying that the map still might be a little too small for ground vehicles, which I might have to agree on that. As much as, running sucks, I do think we still need a bit bigger map till we get vehicles, and this is already news out there for everyone, I guess, at this point, or people who are like into Deadside more, they know about the secondary area on the southwest, like just off the border. Like you could go to the edge of the map and use your binoculars and see a new city being developed.
Really?
Yeah, like on what was it, like the textures are not there, I should say. I can't think of the word, unmodeled. No, they're modeled. I just can't think of the word.
there's
But
no
they're
texture, so
not.
it's all just
There's
a
no
checkered.
texture. It's just white. We had just white buildings, and they're like very. It looks like mini Pripyat. It's like
Nice.
that big of a city. So it's got like the old like Russian apartments. It doesn't have a Ferris wheel, but it's got some pretty big stuff. So um the thing is too, the team is still very small. And they even mentioned, I think, in their description, and Mortis said it's a very ambitious project. It's a very ambitious title. And
I
it's
think
still maybe 10 people, I think.
Hydro had a really good idea. The friend of mine that I played with on there, they could do bicycles.
No, also the Hydro and who or that was
Ham.
Ham and
Hydro. Ham
no,
and
no,
Hydro.
who's the other guy?
Well, Ham's Steam name
'cause
is still
in
his old
Discord,
one.
right?
Clowns are creepy,
Okay, so
but
okay,
it's
okay,
the
so
same.
same with
Clowns are
Hydro.
creepy and Ham are the same person.
Okay, got you.
He's
Okay,
Ham on
so
everything else, but yeah.
what was it? Because like great sports with the 1v1s. I was having so much fun with that.
It was cool, yeah.
But what was he saying? What
Bicycles,
was Hydro saying?
because they wouldn't be like super fast, but a little bit faster, and the animations would suck and all
as
this.
well too.
Yeah, I guess they could slow it down. I just didn't want it to be like super, like you said. Like if you had something fast, it would almost be too fast.
Yeah, I mean that's why I think an ATV would be like a good middle ground. Because I don't want to bicycle. I don't think bicycles would ever. I don't want a bicycle in the game. It just feels too much like a gag vehicle.
I don't hate the boats though. Like because they added some rivers, so like you can kind of use the boat to get to the general vicinity and then run in. And I don't hate that. I think they could just add a few more boats. I don't know how that affects.
Yeah,
make it a little bit easier.
It's 10 server. It's 10 boats per server, and then
Craft
it's
boats.
I wish you could craft them, or hell, even like I know Rust, you could buy boats. Like
Yeah.
go to the safe zones and buy a boat or something like that, you know.
That'd be cool.
But then and it could only be like one per squad or something like that. I don't know. There's got to be a way to balance it out, because the reason why there's 10 boats per server and it's a 30-minute despawn timer outside of 400 meters is because when they were testing it, you know, basically someone could just go and grab all the boats on the server, put them in their base. No one has a boat.
Yeah.
So that's why they did the 10-minute or the 10 per server, 30-minute despawn timer. So if such and such puts them in their base, but it logs off, they're all gone. So
that makes sense. But I don't hate that system because the rivers make stuff pretty accessible. You can go around the edge of the map. You can get close to where you want to go and then run in.
They added more rivers too. Yeah, it's just I do. I'm waiting to see, because I'm curious how long this is going to take, because we waited a few months for this update to come out. It got postponed twice, and then this game has been developed probably forever now. It feels like. I mean, what was it 20?
The last time I had logged
right?
in was like April of 2020, so it was like 3 years.
I think that was when
ago.
I started playing. Yeah, it's about 3 years. So, I mean, again, small indie team, lots of potential, and we'll keep an eye on it.
But yeah, for real, I would say if people, at the very least, if you bought it back then, you should re-download it and check it out and join Blue server, because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that'll help you out. Like it's a RP server, so you kind of talk to people. Yeah. You don't just kill on site, talk to people. And
yeah, I'm trying to get to the point where they're back when Big Fry had his server and the Team Apex server, him, Riot, Arctic Soldier. There was like factions, within the server. So we'll see if we can kind of get like some like wars going on and people making alliances, and like you already got your village, being built.
Yeah, we got a little suburb over there down by the river.
Yeah. You walk out your backyard, duck hunt. There you go. See, you got.
Why do you think I built my house there? So I can shoot hen mallards all day with a Mosin. That's why I did it.
Literally from your balcony.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Just use a duck call and boom, there they go.
For people that know me in real life,
actually, I'm kind of curious.
Huh? What?
I wonder if that works. Like from your base, use the duck call, because to be honest, the duck call can be heard out. I think it's between 2 or 400 meters. It's pretty loud, long distance.
You still have to go jump the duck up. Like it helps you locate him. It doesn't really call him in.
Oh, it's just a okay. It's
Yeah.
just a
So like,
locate, so they call
yeah,
back.
yeah. So like you hit the duck call and then you hear where they're at and then you get closer and hit it again and they answer you and then you go jump them up and quick scope them with the Mosin while
Got
wearing a
it. So
cowboy hat and having a
now
cigar in your
we
mouth.
just need dogs.
Yeah,
We need a Labrador next.
that'd be sweet. I have one of those in real life for just such an occasion. Just such an occasion. He's a duck
Uh-huh.
retriever. I've harvested a fair amount of waterfowl in my life. So it's cool to have that in a video game.
Still need to try duck one day.
Make sure whoever cooks it knows what they're doing, or you'll be eating like a liver Nike, like a liver shoe. Yeah.
Jeez.
But it's good if you cook it right. I lived off that stuff in college, man. We just hunted ducks and geese all the time, and we ate it all the time. It's not bad if you do
Nice.
it right. Not bad.
Not bad if you do it right.
Yeah. So
Alright,
that's
well,
Deadside.
Deadside. Go download it.
We'll check it out.
It's also it goes on sale quite often too.
That'd be a good time to get it too. And we're
Mhm.
allegedly probably going to be talking to the community manager within the next few weeks. So,
Yeah,
allegedly, potentially.
potentially.
Yep. We're trying. Yeah. So you got time for a few
Quick shots.
Ow!
I had to yell.
Okay, I did. What are we talking about in the quick shots? You don't even know, do you? I don't even know.
I don't because it's been a little dry. It's Monday. Nothing really happens on Monday. It's kind of just like waiting till the following week after. Then we'll talk about what happened this week.
It seems like it. Really quickly, someone made a giant document showing all the leaks for Halo Infinite. Like put them all together in a document so you kind of know what's coming.
Nice.
For that, so like a metric shitload of arena maps. Let's see, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 arena maps are on here. You can see them in all their like even the blockout ones that aren't textured yet. You can see that's the word we're looking for. The new thing in Deadside was blocked out. That's the word. There's 4 big team battle maps allegedly coming to the game potentially. You can see images of those. A lot of this is in French. Some new Forge canvases that you can start with. Deadland and Forge World.
This is all coming out in one update.
I don't think so. I think it's over like the next year or so. I got this from an article from Insider Gaming. And then it pointed you to the tweet. A couple new weapons. The Enforcer combat knife and something called a Rancher. New equipment to be added in. New PvP modes. VIP infection mini game. Okay, I'm gonna need more info there. Extraction.
Infection. Wait, they're bringing infection now.
Yeah, they're pulling a Battlefield.
Dude, that was like a game mode from years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Halo.
So
who's it running? Is it 343? No.
Yeah.
It's 343.
Yep. So come on, Blue, get with it. Here, this is AAA gaming.
Dude, I haven't played Halo since Halo 4, and watching it go down the drain.
You're missing the AAA gaming meta. You build a game, you delete half of it, and then you trickle that out as live service. So you have the game, you take a bunch of content out, and then you slowly add it over the following month.
I'm gonna start applying that to my everyday aspect of my life.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Start trickling and everything.
There's a game mode called Extraction.
It's like making a cake, and then putting the icing on, putting the sprinkles, whatever, and then scraping all of it off, putting it to the side, cutting a slice, and they go, "Here you go. Here's your cake."
For 2,400 COD points, you can have the frosting. Easy.
For an extra, for an extra couple hundred COD points, you start getting sprinkles on top.
That's right.
Those are the gun
That's when
skins.
it gets real good, and then you get easier matchmaking. Okay, So they got extraction coming, so that's interesting. Assault and payload. Then there's new modes of missions that are PvE. So there's extraction PvE. I don't know what that's about. Extraction's
Is
interesting.
there? I didn't even know there was. Is there like an extraction game mode or?
Not that I know of, but I haven't played it in a long time because there was no content when the game came out. New vehicles: the Falcon, Cougar, forklift. If you're forklift certified, of course. The Pelican and the Phantom. New stuff, new quality of life stuff in the game. Career rank rewards, UI and UX revamp. Forge AI, so you'll be able to add AI to your Forge projects. Which, dude, it's such a shame that this game died, man. Because Forge is insane. You can go look at some of the stuff that people built in Forge. Like
I've seen it, dude. It's
people built
crazy.
People built Operation Metro from Battlefield in there. People built like Walmarts and Waffle Houses and like McDonald's.
What was it? There's one guy, I think Infinite Builds or if it's something like that. He makes a bunch of different stuff. Like he did like a Stranger Things inspired build. He did like a Doom inspired level, like multiplayer PvP level that was like had really cool trailer. I was like, oh wait, this isn't actual like DLC content. This is just Forge content.
Yeah. So there's that. What's the player base on
zombies too?
What's the player base on Steam charts? I bet it's bad.
It's probably bad. I'd be surprised if it's good.
3,000 players
for a Halo game. And don't people but console, but no, doesn't count. It doesn't count.
That's rough, man. Okay, well,
that's just a little bit
that's all
more.
That's all the content that's coming to the game allegedly that the 3,000 people are going to enjoy. Wait, Redbeard says look at Master Chief Collection.
Oh, that has to be so much more.
I didn't spell it correctly.
It's the heyday. Hold on.
Master Chief.
Would it be like Halo MCC
Collection Steam charts? I'm gonna get it, guys. 5,000 people.
It's more. It's more by almost a significant amount.
Cool. So
it's like a 24-hour peak is 7,600.
Welcome to modern gaming. Man, I was so hyped, and that's why I started YouTube. You had Battlefield, Halo, and Call of Duty all coming out in the same year, and they just all just.
You started around that time, or were you still making content before?
No, that's when I started.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, my channel did really, really well, and like super well in the Battlefield 2042 lead up. Like I was just covering Battlefield stuff, and my channel was popping off. Yeah, and then the game came out, and I couldn't play it, and I didn't want to make content about it, and I basically threw away my YouTube channel.
I remember people complaining, even when with Halo, like to me, that it's just my PC or stuff like that, or yeah, like I had friends that legit like I don't talk to anymore because of like how much they defended 2042 in the beginning.
So
like
bad.
I played when the beta came out, and that was a storm, and they were saying, "Oh, this is just a 3-month-old build," and I was like, "Guys, this is a really bad sign. The game's not going to be good. It's just 3 months old. You don't know what you're talking about. It'll be fine release day, and then 3 years later, it's still having issues."
Yeah, it wasn't good, and
it wasn't good.
So much so I had so much content planned for that game, and I just didn't enjoy it, and I was so frustrated with like how the community was treated that I literally threw away a successful YouTube channel. Like I could have just bit the bullet and played it, and probably like my channel would be doing great, but
yeah, but you would be suffering, dude.
I'd be miserable.
Your mental health would be gone.
Yep.
You would be drinking way more bourbon, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, but
yeah,
you know, you probably could afford more bourbon at that point. True. But at the same time,
yeah, but I mean, how successful does a YouTube channel need to be to afford a new liver? Like that's the big question.
That's yeah. See, surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be. I don't know about that. So yeah, there's all this stuff allegedly coming to Halo that no one's going to care about. All right. Rainbow Six Siege, which is a game that I still do enjoy quite a bit, is got it going on over here. It's they just started. So right now, the Copenhagen, Copenhagen, Copenhagen. The why can't I speak? The Copenhagen Major is going on right now in Rainbow Six Siege, and they just teased the next season. It's going to be called Operation Dread Factor. It gives me Operation Outbreak vibes for Siege. But May 14th is when the reveal is going to be. Generally, they do these during the majors. It's kind of weird that it's got its own event, like its own stream afterwards. But usually what this means is that soon after, like probably within that next week of May 14th, within the next few days, it goes live on the test server and you'll be able to check it out and play it. And it's on the test server for 2 to 3 weeks, and then it comes to the main server. So after they balance it and fix it up. But basically for the podcast listeners, it's like got a horror look to it. It's a very scared eyeball looking through a broken substrate, and it's got like a skull reflection in the eyeball. So that was a perfect description for the podcast, folks. That's it, man.
It's just a bit slow today. Not our fault. It's not our fault that we're, it's a gaming news podcast channel and gaming sucks.
You should make a daily news video. Try that. That's fun. So anyway, Rainbow Six Siege. I bet. So what they also do here is we'll hit this in a quick shot next week too. They'll tease more stuff. Like they'll show glimpses of the operator. They'll show the new operator gadget. They'll show glimpses of the new consulate map rework, and they'll show like some of the new features and stuff. And then they'll do the full reveal on the 14th. But next couple weeks, there'll be more stuff to talk about with Rainbow Six, which in year 8 still getting people is pretty cool. The Steam charts for that game look much better. And then the next, I forgot to do the thing. If the quick shot shots and no one hears it, is it still a quick shot? I don't know.
Yes.
So Apex Legends is
perhaps.
A massive game, massive shooter. Getting new updates. Season 17 is on the way with a bunch of stuff revealed about it. The new map is basically the old map that's reworked. World's Edge is getting a big overhaul in season 17. As the map heals and cools down, the lava cools off. There starts to be more ice and snow around it. New POIs on the map, and then there's new areas and combat options. You have a 1v1 dueling pit in the firing range. There's a firing range 2.0. Dummies can engage in full combat, so they can shoot back at you. You can have AI essentially.
I kind of liked Apex Legends back in the day. I played a good amount of it. Actually.
I'm an asshole because I want Apex Legends to fail so we get Titanfall 3.
That's why I played it in the beginning. Because I was just wanted Titanfall 3. But I mean, that was back in the day. I haven't caught up with Apex in forever, so this is all news to me. I guess people are hating on it nowadays as well. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of people playing it though.
Jedi Fallen Order though. I mean, it's probably because it's one of the smooth. I mean, it's still pretty smooth running. It's a really smooth running, good, fast paced movement shooter for sure.
And I think
my god, I totally forgot about that one.
What?
That weird fucking movement shooter that is now even trending even more now. One that made us motion sick.
Yeah.
It's trending even more now.
It's never going to be a thing, dude. I don't think. It's just a clip that gets people amped up or talking.
Looks like Roblox.
It's bad. I don't even want to talk about it. I'll talk about it if you want to talk about it. But
I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, like, movement shooters in general. Like, I guess people crave it. I mean, they want those flicks. They want the flicks, man.
I don't know. I think it adds a lot of randomness to the fight, especially with netcode. But yeah, so
yes.
So big map updates. I do respect it. I mean, it's still in season 17. So I mean, they're still putting stuff out for this game, but it does make its revenue from MTX since it's free to play. The new legend named Ballistic. I can identify with him because he's also an old man. Gray beard going on. Tactical ability is Whistler, shoots projectiles that heats up enemies' guns. He's got Sling, he can carry an extra weapon. And his ultimate is Tempest. When activated, nearby teammates get faster reloads, faster unarmed move speed, and infinite ammo. Ballistic Sling weapon will be equipped and upgraded to gold. So, yeah, basically a specialist centered around ballistic, around gunfight. So that's what all his abilities are about. And he looks like an old guy, and I get it. There's a
I
new
get it.
survival
I
item,
feel it.
and just a lot of new little content coming to Apex. Still chugging along, still making billions of dollars in microtransactions. There you go. That's what he looks like
I
there.
like it.
An old man. I get it, man. I'm old too. I feel a little targeted with this update, but that's it.
It's for all the old gamers.
I don't think a lot of old gamers play Apex Legends. Am I ageist in saying that? Like, am I projecting too much?
What's old to you in gaming?
What is old in gaming? Like 30 probably.
To be honest, I was gonna say 35. Yeah, if you start getting to your 30s and you're still gaming religiously, almost,
I'm a weirdo.
or just not. No, we grew up with games. That's the reason why.
I really didn't.
Really? Did you not have like a console as a kid?
I had a
even
PS,
if it was like a Super Nintendo or something like that.
I always wanted one, and my parents would never let me have one. And then
Nintendo 64?
No, I never had one.
No, you had sad Christmases. I'm sorry.
I did. Yeah. It was always a letdown. Then I bought a PS2. I got my own job and bought a PS2 in high school, but all I ever played was the original Battlefronts. And then I didn't have a PS3, and then late into the PS4.
Oh wait, original Star Wars Battlefronts?
Yeah, on PS2. It's like
there's
all
a
I
new
played.
mod that came out for one that like revitalized Battlefront.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
And so then I didn't play much else or anything for a long time again. And then after I graduated college, and even time after that, I used a tax return and bought a PS4. And I didn't really seriously get into gaming and play a lot until like Advanced Warfare, CoD, and Halo 4. So I was late to the party.
Yeah, you missed the glory days, I feel like. I mean, there was some good titles around that time, but definitely not as much as it was like early 2000s. Between like 2000 2010 was like, whew, my God. Like new IPs, new tech, people playing online for the first time. I remember when my buddy had his PS2 connected to the internet, he was playing like Metal Gear Solid 2 or something. I forgot which one it was. And he was playing online with like 3 other people. I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. It used to be wild to be able to play online. I used to go over in college a few times, like quite a bit. I would go over to Ham's house and we play Left 4 Dead 2 like all night long.
Then that's a great that's life. I literally have someone on Facebook because we met randomly on Left 4 Dead. It was me and like 3 other high school friends. It was like technically 2. It was 3 of us, and then she was the 4th survivor. And our goal was to piss off the enemy infected and just stay in the safe zone the entire time. Because we were like, why would we ever leave in a zombie apocalypse when we have unlimited ammo? And they would get so pissed off if she was laughing. We ended up friending each other, and I know her kids, she knows my son. Like, it's just like a really cool dynamic of like how gamers connect in that way.
It is neat. And then Ham also, like, I go over to Ham's to play sometime, and like that's when I bought the PS4. and then played Advanced Warfare. He's like, dude, you need to play this, and it was Battlefield 4. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like,
Ooh.
this is great. So I got into the tail end of Battlefield 4, and then, and I was kind of like COD. I was like kind of playing the 3 shooters, right? I was like COD, Battlefield, and Halo. I was like getting around playing these different things, and then it was like, dude, Battlefield 1 came out, and that was it. Like, fucking Battlefield 1,
That
dude.
was definitely the most immersive
Oh
Battlefield for
shit,
sure.
that trailer. Like when that trailer dropped, man, like I watched it like 700 times, literally. I still, if I'm having like a rough, low energy day, I'll still just fire
Which
up
one
the,
with the one with the was Seven Nation Army
yeah,
song?
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
dude,
dun.
that the memes that came out of that because they just shitted on COD that year.
Dude,
They literally would the people like when the guy would like hit the guy with the shovel across the head in the trenches, and it was just like a guy fucking like they put the placement of the Call of Duty sign as
yeah. Well, and
that's when they were on
that
top,
was the
dude.
year that Battlefield 1 was up against Infinite Warfare. It's like, I mean, dude, that's an easy dub. So I just played so much
Easy.
Battlefield 1, man. Like that's what hooked me on Battlefield. And
To be
then
honest though, I didn't play Battlefield 1, I think ever, still to this day. That's the one Battlefield I
I got a
didn't play.
lot of
And just because
hours on PlayStation.
I was so still hooked on Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 was still doing pretty good. Okay, I was playing Battlefield. I started Battlefield. Technically, I would say Battlefield Vietnam, but even then, I was more just like on my dad's PC, and it was not the greatest. It was a home PC, so that was a thing. And then Battlefield 2 Modern Combat came out, and I was having fun with that. And then it was just off to the races, Battlefield 3, and then hell, I was in basic training when Battlefield 4 came out, and I remember our drill sergeant brought his Xbox over for like the night shift for his 24-hour like CQ guard, whatever, and we couldn't see what he was playing, but we could hear it. And he would fuck with us and be like, damn, I just brought this whole building down. We were like, fuck you. Oh, we didn't say that. Of course, we couldn't say that. But in my mind, I was like, this fucker's playing Battlefield 4 and we don't even have access to any technology except pen and paper.
Oh man, that'd be rough.
So when I got out, I bought an Xbox right away, started playing it, and it was just, oh, dude, I was loving it. Could not get enough of it.
But yeah, dude. And then the next big thing for us, for my friend group, was like the PUBG craze hit. And then we were all Sony ponies, and then PUBG was going to come out on Xbox only. So we all went to GameStop and traded our PlayStations for Xboxes so we could play
traded?
PUBG.
Oh,
yeah, we took the hit.
You know
man.
what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say at that point that was a good trade.
I like
at that time. I feel like I like PlayStation, but I mean, the last PlayStation I've had was a PS2. I've always just like visited friends that had PS3, PS4, PS5. I've always been Xbox, and that now it's just PC. That's all.
And then PUBG was so trash at launch on Xbox, dude. Like it ran so bad and crashed all the time, and there were so many glitches.
I forgot about that.
It was insanely bad. And then it eventually got better, but dude, we had fun on that. And then then we played Siege. I got Siege on my Xbox, and then I was like, dude, like this is really fun. Like I want to try it. I had a Mac. I did video work for a long time, and I had a Mac, and then I was like, went to upgrade that. And it's like, of course you can't upgrade it. So I built a PC for video editing, and I'm like, dude, this thing will play games. Like, I wonder what gaming on PC is like. So I got Battlefield 5 on my PC, and I played Iron Sight because it was free. Like Iron Sight, you remember that game?
Wow, you played Iron Sight? Dude, I was partnered with them.
Well, I was looking for a free game just to try a shooting game on a computer. Like I didn't want to
used to shoot.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy anything. I just wanted
to Black Ops feel. Black Ops 2
yeah,
feel almost. Yeah.
Well, how we were looking at it, we were watching the videos and stuff, and we're like, dude, this is like Advanced Warfare 2, like without jetpacks. It was like a futuristic kind of COD. We love the vibe of Advanced Warfare, so it's like we played the shit out of Iron Sight. And that's when, and then I got Battlefield on my PC, and I'm like, dude, and then I sold my Xbox. I got Siege on PC, and I've just been PC like ever since. Like that's when I switched.
Yeah. Well, my Xbox ended up just being like a Netflix player. That was
I
about
sold
it. You
I
know.
sold if Spoo is listening, I still feel bad about this. My really good buddy Spoo that I game with, I sold him my Xbox because he played Xbox at the time with his wife and he needed a console for her to play together. So I sold him my Xbox and it died like 2 months later. Like it totally crapped out.
Damn.
Yeah. I felt bad. I
Like
sold it to him at a pretty
the
good price,
Xbox
but dude,
One.
I still feel like I owe Spoo, man. I feel bad. Felt like a bad friend.
Man, dude, I kind of Ironside was a different time too. That was when I first started streaming, and I got partnered with them. And me and Ironside had like a really good connection going on for a bit, and it was like, oh, dude, I hit like level 200 something on that game, dude. I was invested, hosting esports tournaments, freaking participating in them. But yeah, I wouldn't even say that you missed the golden years. I feel like because you can always go back and play those games even now.
Right.
Like,
Hey, there's Ironsight peaks at 600 people a day on Steam.
that's sad that there's more players on that game than at times than World War Three.
Seriously?
At times. Like if it
Dang.
peaks at 600, I mean it's like, what was it? Like literally, what was it? World War Three peaks at like 1200. That's about it. So a couple more players and it's Ironside level. So, whew.
That gum.
But yeah, you can always go back and play. I would go play. I don't know if you ever got to play like the Assassin's Creed games back in the day, or God, what's another good game? I mean,
But like
I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed. I'm a big fan of like Skyrim back in the day. Of course, Skyrim released 10, 20 times at this point.
the one thing that I didn't realize how good I had it was Console Siege. Console Siege is pretty fucking good, man.
Why is it better than PC? Or
Well, the less cheaters thing, and now where they have that mousetrap, I bet it's a lot of fun because it would be like you would be really good and competitive until somebody like had a Cronus. And
I literally have the controller right here, just like next to me whenever I play like certain games, but I cannot play an FPS on a controller.
Right. Well, no one can without aim assist. So that's why it was so good because it was like PUBG was really similar. It still kept like the hardcore shooter mechanics of a lot of recoil, but no aim assist. So the gunfights were super derpy, man. Like just everybody's potatoey. And like in Rainbow, like you just could put like you would do all your setups and stuff, and then it's like, well, if you want to run across the hallway or you're out of position, like you can probably get away with it or get in a crazy gunfight. It's all in PC. It's like you make a wrong move, your head's out for half second. They click it. It's
true, like, exactly.
It's I like the feel of it, and the pacing is like so much faster.
A little bit,
but I miss the like randomness and funniness.
And when you would get a good shot on controller, it felt more like rewarding, I feel like, than on a mouse.
Yeah. Console Siege was just pretty fun. There was just a lot more silly stuff, and like the gunfights were just funny, man.
Well, brother.
Yeah. That it?
Good conversation towards the end. I appreciate that. I think we needed to get that off our chest, the way gaming is nowadays.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. And I mean, that's kind of the highlight of the episode. Like, just like how stuff is changing, like with Project V being weird, and then like just the microtransaction shit with how they're doing battle passes and overpowered guns. It's like, and then we just talked about some of our old favorites. It's kind of sad, but it's what we got to deal with. We got to find.
I have a feeling, and I've been saying this for a bit too, like, because you have like the finals, you have X Defiant, like a lot of people that were part of those companies are now leaving and making their own. And this is almost reminiscent of like early 2000s when like Call of Duty was first made, where like people from Medal of Honor left to go make Call of Duty. And then that blew up, and now Medal of Honor is nowhere to be found at this point. And Medal of Honor was a huge franchise back in the day. And I have a feeling that if Call of Duty keeps their performance, it'll be like that where other companies will eventually take over, and then we'll be talking about Call of Duty back. Bro, remember when Call of Duty back in Modern Warfare 3 came out and
Hard to tell, man. I
whatever the
don't
next
even
COD
know.
game is, So I don't know. We'll see. I just have a feeling that, and especially when Project V, when given the tools to players, like it starts to kind of line up.
It does. History repeats itself, huh?
Got that right.
Well, I think that's an episode for us, guys. Appreciate very much everyone for being here. A lot. Thank you to all the podcast listeners that have been growing each week. I appreciate you very much wherever you are at in the world. I hope everyone's doing well.
Also, to the one specific Spotify listener, wear your seatbelt. I see you're not wearing it. Wear it. All right.
Yeah, and use your goddamn turn signal, man. Like, it's not that
We've
hard.
been watching you this entire time.
Yeah, use your turn signal. It's like when you're changing lanes, just let people know how hard is it just to reach down and click it. It's not that hard. It's
Your hand's already on the wheel,
dude.
Damn it.
Yeah. I start sounding really old,
shit,
man.
He's listening.
Oh yeah. You get a ticket for that, pal. But yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much. There'll be I'll be still doing the daily vids for at least for a little while longer on my channel. Check out Blue's Deadside server. Check out his channel for the survival hardcore shooter stuff. And we will see you guys. There's a chance we might do the podcast from now on over on the Scope channel at some point. There is a Scope channel. It's in the chat every once in a while. But just stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll let you know where we'll be. And we'll keep chugging along. Hope to see you guys in a week. Thank you, and catch you later.
Later.